Hey guys, Shane here with Wet Seal Waterproofing, your Atlanta, Georgia-based waterproofing company, and I'm just here today to discuss some of the things that we have to offer. If you have a leaky basement or maybe you need a crawl space encapsulation, outdoor drainage, foundation repair, feel free to give us a call. We cover all of Georgia, 678-920-4675. So basically what I want to go over today is a lot of people really don't understand what we do, and we do a number of things. The biggest thing that what we don't do is, and a lot of people misconstrue this, is they think that we come in and we apply some type of paint on application to your foundation wall. We spray it on. That's not what we do at all in any way. So in some cases, we come on the outside of your foundation and we have to dig out around the foundation and down to the footing, and we'll put a membrane or a plastic on the wall, and we'll do pipe and gravel. That's known as a French drain. And in some cases, that's actually we're not able to do them just based on maybe there's a deck in the way, or there's not adequate fall, or your grade level is too high all the way around. There's no daylight, and you just really can't install them. In other cases where you can't install it too, as well as if you've got a poured wall foundation and a brick wall foundation, the brick wall and the poured wall do not touch. There's a space in between there that's called a finger space void, and water will travel in that void, and that's how the water gets on the inside. As soon as that foundation wall stops, the brick continues. Where that foundation wall stops, that water dumps in. So if you were to put an exterior system up and you didn't waterproof maybe a different wall, and water gets into that wall, it actually will bypass that system on the outside and continue to still come in and leak. So that being said, it just doesn't work. So and those are typically on brick foundation, so not really recommended to do an exterior system. We have done them. Sometimes they do work. It just depends on the situation. But on cinder block walls, brick foundations, not recommended. Okay. So but what we typically do, and I'll jump right into that, is we do subfloor systems. These are interior systems. They are designed to be placed on the inside of the basement. And a lot of people say, well, why would I want the water to come in? Well, you're really not letting the water come in. Water collects all around the outside and even underneath your home. What we're doing here is in placing a water management system so the water has somewhere else to go. So here's a picture of what that looks like. And what we do is we'll place plastic on the foundation wall, which ensures that any water that comes through stays back behind the plastic, which we call Coroplast. We mechanically pin it to the foundation wall and let that water run down into the system, which is a void. So we call this system Seal Guard. Other companies may call it, you may hear water guard or French drain or something like that, but this is what we call it. And basically what it's doing is any hydrostatic pressure that builds up behind the wall, any water that comes through the foundation wall, and it's more of a hybrid system because it gets any slab water that comes under the slab or through the footing. It collects all that and keeps that water in this void, and then redirects it to a sump pump that we would install, or a gravity exit line. It would get dispersed outside to a lawnscape outlet, or a pop-up emitter or something like that, and just redirect it. Okay, that's that type of foundation. We install these subfloor systems, most common. These we install a lot of these, and it's based upon the foundation you have. So you've got a foundation wall that sits on a footer, and we alleviate the hydrostatic pressure by cutting the slab and placing a system below the slab. And this slab can be cut because there's no pressure on this wall. Okay, so the next type of foundation you have, which there would be a load-bearing situation, would be your monolithic systems or monolithic slabs. Okay, and here's what that looks like. Okay, so a monolithic system is a system that sits above ground. Okay, we have to set it above ground, and the picture here is a little off. So basically, it's a foundation wall that sits on top of the slab. Okay, and we cannot cut into the floor, so we have to place a system above ground. We install weep holes. We let the water that gets into the cells and into the wall drain out into this above ground system. This is definitely not a DIY system. It's got to be installed by a professional. There's epoxy that gets mend it together, and if you don't install it right, you can look at it, it'll leak. So, and in some cases, depending on the foundation, we'll cut a little trough, into the concrete, allowing that water to recess and then not leak through that bottom seal. Okay, but it just depends. The same way, water will travel, run into a sump pump or a discharge line, and exit through the outside, just like the subfloor system or seal guard system. Okay, so, and lastly, the system, we don't really do too many of these. Usually they're recommended or suggested by homeowners who know what they are and they want to spend a little bit of extra money to get a better system. They're all great systems, by the way, but this one here is our flat track system, and how it works is the same way. Plastic mechanically pins to the wall, water runs down, the water builds up, but the water table is lowered because there's either a flat track or some type of system, or even a 4-inch corrugated pipe that's slotted with gravel and lets that water collect at a lower point, which is next to the footer. A lot of times these are also used when your typical slab, which is usually 4 to 6 inches, is thinner. On older homes, maybe there wasn't up to code, or maybe the footer's a little bit higher, and we can place this track higher and it's flatter, and it goes through this dimple board or delta mat, what some contractors know it as, and it allows that water to seep underneath when you want a thinner surface. Okay, and that's usually what that's used for. All these systems come with a clean out or some type of access port to where you can get in and test it later for the years to come. And the reason why is because these systems are they're lifetime warranty, all 3 of these systems here. And so there's a reason for that. Once they're installed, they will work for the life of the structure. But those access points are great because if you ever did have any mud or silt get in, you could just typically wash them out or even test it and make sure. But usually these guys, they don't ever clog. The foundation wall is filtered. Any water that comes through, it's clean water and it's directed to a pump. And that's how that works. Going into pumps, we install the best. Zoeller cast iron pumps. If they're not getting this, when a contractor comes out to your house and they're going to a local hardware store and picking up some flimsy, I don't know, it's PVC or plastic pump, you don't want it, okay? These pumps are backed with us, 5-year manufacturer's warranty. This in particular one is an M53. You can get an M90. It's just the horsepower based on how many gallons of water you're trying to pump out. Maybe a 200-foot system, go with an M90. A 100-foot system, M53 will work great. Okay, so that's the pump. Pumps are heartbeats to the system if you need one. And in some cases, you don't even need a sump pump. You go right into a gravity discharge line, which is what we would like to do. But if your house isn't daylighted or you don't have the adequate fall, maybe your ground outside is a little bit flat and you don't have that particular option for you. Okay, so then you don't really have that choice. But we do a lot of other things too. We do crawl space encapsulations, which I'm not going to get into now. I'll bring it up in another video or something. But we do 20 mil nylon threaded plastic, clean it up, get all rid of the mold. We sell the dehumidifiers, Aprilaire units. They're the best. They're 95 pints. The pints really means just how many pints of water for humidity wise it'll pull out per 24 hours. But they're great. Get into that later. But guys, the biggest problem I see when I go into a basement is that white paint that everyone knows of. It's called Drylok, okay? I go into the basement and it's the first thing you see, the white paint, and it is absolutely horrible, horrible, horrible for your foundation. And the reason why is you've got this cinder block wall, somebody has coated it with white paint, and guess what? The water that is locked in this wall is there and it can't get out. And what does it do? It creates lateral pressure on this wall, creating vertical cracks on those joints. And what that's actually doing is building up hydrostatic pressure and locking that water in. So instead of having a straight wall, it's pushing that wall in, creating those cracks. Okay, so once you get to that point, it's very expensive. We install them. Soldier beams will have to be lined against the wall, steel plates and bolts, and it's not cheap. Stay away from hydraulic cement. Also, I mean, it's a temporary Band-Aid. You're putting hydraulic cement. Over time, water that comes through concrete creates a white powdery substance called effervescence, okay? So if you've got paint and then that powdery substance builds underneath, it usually just pushes the paint off the wall over time, and then you're back to where you started. So just stay away from it altogether. Do it right the first time. Get you an interior subfloor system installed. Like I said, lifetime warranty, transferable. If the contractor comes to your house and finishes your job and you don't get one of these, you paid too much, okay? Because this guy here says that as soon as we touch your house and we do the job, it is warranted for the life of the structure. It is transferable to the new homeowner. If you don't get one of these, you might as well not do the job at all. And I see it every day. These startup companies, or you think you're getting a heck of a deal because it's way cheaper. I'm telling you guys, they're skipping steps. They're not licensed and insured. Where are we at? Licensed and insured. We are licensed and insured. We hire employees. These are our employees who work with Wet Seal. They're not contracted, from God knows where. Okay, these are employees that know what they're doing. They're trained. They're skilled. This isn't like you're going to a job and you're painting a building and you can leave and you're done. These systems have to work as soon as we leave your house. Okay, so do your homework. BBB, Angie's List. Check reviews, make sure you know who you're hiring, okay? But hopefully I've answered, some of the questions that maybe you guys have had on what we do. And, and if I haven't, feel free to visit our website, wetsealwaterproofing.com. Give us a call, 678-920-4675. You can always reach me directly. Email me at staydry@wetsealwaterproofing.com. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.